locations. So what that means is you could be in level 1, but it's not going to look like the level 1 you're used to seeing. We don't know what the heck that this shape is going to be. As the players head off, the wood soars in its traditional cave. Both players employed the up A there to save a little bit of time. It appears as though xRussianbishop is going to scroll into the vanilla level 3 location, and we have Wizrobes on the overworld. As MagicFriends is checking the shops there, that's a very friendly price on bombs there. You can get 1 rupee bombs. I know exactly what he's doing here. He's hoping for either a rupee or a bomb drop. And he respawns the enemies. No love on the rupees there, so he's going to keep proceeding. You'll see a lot of shop checking early on because the shops are in their original locations, and there's a bomb drop from MagicFriends. The shops are in their original vanilla locations, but we don't know what is in what shop. And so since the players have to visit all 8 dungeon locations, they are going to need a candle. If you're familiar with level 8's typical location, there's going to be some level in that level 8 spot. So we're going to need a candle. Now, the question is, do we proceed and try to find the red candle, or do we pay for a candle in the shop? And we'll see how they approach it. As Russian Bishop finds level 3 in the level 3 spot. I promise they are shuffled, but we'll see what's in the level 1 spot on MagicFriends' side. It's level 1. I promise they're shuffled. They're supposed to be. Unless the randomizer has not randomized. I'm kidding, I think. All right, so level 3. So one good thing about those wizards, a white sword waiting right on the floor for MagicFriends in level 1. One positive thing about those wizards we saw in the overworld is it means they will not be appearing in dungeons. So even though those beams were a little sneaky on our players, it's kind of a good news situation. Now, we do have bunny rabbits in the dungeons. We have Pole's voice, so they could be guarding an item at some point that would require a bow. Good get on the clock there for MagicFriends. Should make clearing this room a little easier. So we could have some floor drops here. So MagicFriends has already gotten 1 floor drop in level 1. There will be another item that drops on the floor, and there will also be a staircase item. As Bishop does a nice job being careful with the Pole's voice there. All right, and we have a map here for MagicFriends. So getting the map is good. In Shapes Dungeons, essentially a map is way more valuable than it is in vanilla speedrunning. Because the vanilla speedrunners, you typically have the dungeon layouts memorized. All right, so we have a heart container. We do have heart shuffle on. So that means that the heart could be a floor item, as it would be in the vanilla game, or it could be within a staircase like it was there. So MagicFriends still has a triangle and 1 more item to go here in level 1. As he's going to pass up the triangle now to try to acquire that second item. We do have enemy HP shuffled as well. I haven't caught an eye on anything unusual. Zol seemed normal there. So that's good news that key was on the floor there with the dig dogger. Otherwise, not having the recorder yet, MagicFriends wouldn't know what was going to drop on the floor there. And we have community hints, so the old men will not be helpful in any way. They will just tell us funny jokes. So early on, Magic Friends has an item advantage. One sneaky thing that's going well for xRussianbishop here is not a ton of enemy resistance in this level 3, and the key situation is positive. All right, so Magic Friends grabs a triangle here. Nicely done. Believe he's still got one more item he can go in there and grab, though. So let's see if he dips right back in. Anyway, he's got this bottom portion that he didn't have a key for initially. All right, Magic Friends heading north here. He's got a couple options. One thing, when we first activated this dungeon shuffle flag, where the dungeons are in the original locations but at different places, the very first community race using that, at least the first one to my knowledge, a lot of players just sort of instinctively didn't realize that level 9 would be included within that shuffle. But now that Magic Friends is a seasoned player, so he's definitely aware of that fact. So you may see him head up toward level 9. He's probably going to check this arrow shop here to see what's in here. We still don't know our candle location. All right, so there's our candle for 52 rupees. So that's pretty good. That's a cheap price. He's probably recording that information now. We've got a blue ring in there. And the blue ring, don't scoff at the blue ring, y'all. We know where the money is in the seed. All the secrets are in the original location. Okay, so let's see where the staircase goes. All right, so it's one of the secrets. Okay, and the dungeon item is a heart for xRussianbishop here in level. All right, so one piece of knowledge we have now, based on the way Magic Friends check that Armos spot, is the Armos spot is shuffled, perhaps. And so originally in the vanilla game, that's where the power bracelet would be, the location he just checked that had a medium-sized secret. So because there was not an item there, that means it's guaranteed that the Armos item is located in the medium secret location, which is the screen with the 2 Armos statues over in the green forest. But he's got blue wizards here. Nicely navigated, and then good conservative stab there. And we found level 7 here in the level 6 spot. And level 7 is sort of, if you're a fan of Zelda Randomizer, level 7 has somewhat of a notorious reputation for being a deep dungeon to dive in. And it's not incorrect. It's 33 rooms of terror, the vanilla level 1 or the vanilla level 7 arrangement, first quest. But in shapes, it may not be that nasty. Okay, and Russian Bishop declines the map. That's okay. It's possibly just because he knows now that the Triforce is Dig Dogger blocked. So the move there, thought he was going to finger slip and hit retry. So he's going to have to come back for the Triforce. Oh, as Magic Friends takes the death, I believe after the block clip. Oh, and in my solo commentator mode, I missed the acquisition of the any key by xRussianbishop. I must have been looking over on the left side. That's huge to find the any key early. So that's good. So Russian Bishop had a pretty successful run into level 3 there. As Magic Friends, oh, I see what happened. We have blue Lionels on the left side. Goodness. Oh, he uses the bomb, and boom goes the dynamite. Nicely done on the bomb usage by Magic Friends. Come on, get in there. Oh, nicely done. I don't root for one particular player. I root for everyone, by the way. I'm an evenly biased commentator. I want Ganon to die. That's what I want. Okay, you see xRussianbishop here setting up a screen scroll. Oh, and this is a big item for Magic Friends here. So Magic Friends has now in a not takes a death there. But we know where the raft is. We know that the raft is in level 7. So the raft is a critical item. A lot of times, if we were doing like the traditional Zelda randomizer with the caves all shuffled, that you might watch more frequently if you're new to these tournament flags, the raft only unlocks 2 overworld spots in the game, so it's not extremely critical. But in these flags, we know the 2 spots the raft unlocks, one of them is a heart or potion, take any cave, and the other is definitely going to be a dungeon. So the raft is completely required here. All right, here we go, Magic Friends. Nice job refocusing, navigating the Lionels again. It's an underrated psychological thing to do as a player. Nice job by xRussianbishop there. So this is something that when Shapes was new to me, if you look at the way the icon is moving at the top left of his screen underneath where it says level 7, he doesn't have the map. And so when you don't have the map, when I first started playing Shapes, I was like, where in the heck do I even go? And someone told me just sort of move toward the middle is a good idea. So you could see that's just such a terrible screen to navigate through. I have to try that again. But on the way in that dungeon, Bishop did a nice job because initially I thought he was going to drop a bomb on the left side, but that would have been toward the outskirts of the dungeon. But he dropped his bomb on the right side of the entry screen, the level 7, working his way toward the middle of the dungeon, which is just more likely to pay off. So it's just a good strategy when you don't know where the heck you're going in the dungeon. So I have to see. I'm guessing MagicFriends is navigating his way up toward the level 9 spot, and we still haven't seen where level 9 is. So this could be level 9. This could be level 2, 4, 6, or 8, because we've seen 1, 3, and 7 thus far. All right, so we have level 8. Level 8's interesting to find early because it can be large, but it could also be really fruitful because there are 3 items in here. All right, so Russian Bishop has the candle. We'll have to see how he uses that. He could go get some free money with that. He knows there's definitely a dungeon that's going to be unlocked, but it seems like he's on a similar path to MagicFriends because it makes sense while you're up here. And he's got annoying snakes. The HP is rolled high on those, so they're not dying to a single sword stab. I hadn't noticed that initially because MagicFriends had the white sword, but that's a sneaky annoying thing because in the vanilla game you can stab one of those folks with a tough fireball there for MagicFriends. You can stab a rope with a wood sword in the vanilla game, but here they're going to bounce right back at you. All right, so this is tight here. Our biggest divergence at this point is MagicFriends having the raft on hand and Russian Bishop having the Annie key on hand. And that's a tough scenario there because without the bow, Bishop was unable to take out that Goma. So you got to try a sneaky little block clip to get in there. That's a tough move. Let's see. Nice. The bounce back is just evil. It's evil. There you go. Thought he had his opening there. It's so much tougher than it looks to line that up. Essentially, to perform that move, the reason why you see him stabbing his sword is you want to line up Link's hat perfectly on the line created by the block, if that makes sense. And then you tap either right or left and you stab your sword at exactly the same moment. And you have to be not perfect, but pretty dang close to perfect. And when an enemy firing at you, that's a tough play. As MagicFriends comes up empty on the bomb wall. But I like conceptually what Bishop did there. Which sometimes if you catch a move that is difficult to a point where, like, I like to look at it like this. If I die twice in the same manner, I don't mind saving or continuing and just bailing out and trying something else. So now he's going to go on a divergent path from his opponent as MagicFriends runs into a Patra. He's got 4 hearts and a white sword. I think he can do this, but he's going to lose 2 hearts if he gets bopped. And the fact that he has beams is really critical right now for this showdown. Nicely done. Oh, he caught it. Lined up nicely. Now, and all that's going to do in a room with a shutter door like that, as the Armus item comes up, what I'd consider annoying. I know there's the memes, as the kids say, about the Lord Banana. I think that's where he grabbed the banana from. The boomerang is what the wooden boomerang. But outside of the jokes, I am not too enthused with that pickup if I'm Bishop at this point. But I do think it was a great idea to scoot over there and see what the item was. As this is level 9 here, so what that means is it's a good news, bad news deal. He's probably going to dip over here and check to see what the ladder item is to see if it's worth coming back for. It's a good news, bad news deal because that purchase of the candle did allow him to have the knowledge of what's underneath there. As, yeah, that's going to be the same shop as the other arrow shop. We've got a heart on the coast, so he may come back there. He may not. Depends on if he's trying to collect enough hearts for Magical Sword. The best news for Bishop there would have been to find something underneath that level 8 green bush that would have been a dungeon that contained an item to allow him to get out in front of his opponent. But he's going to visit the level 2 spot that no one's been to as MagicFriends picks up the Triforce. Nicely done. And that level 2 screen in any version of Zelda, vanilla randomizer, the screens entering levels 2 and level 6 with the staircase you got to walk up can be so annoying based on the enemy set. Tight spot to navigate your way through. There's a couple of those up in the northeast corner of the map. He's got a candle here, though. He can go get some free stuff. So he's going to go get some hearts. I like this play. There's also a guaranteed free white sword item up at the traditional white sword cave. I'd get the money. He could have got some money over there, too. But you know what? Unless he needs to go buy arrows or something, he's not in dire straits financially right now. All right, so level 1 could pay off for Bishop here. I know there's a white sword right there. So, I mean, that's huge. And he's got an any key, which MagicFriends didn't have. All right, heart container dungeon item. So now MagicFriends is pretty close to being guaranteed to qualify for the white sword item pickup because he's sort of in that neighborhood. So yeah, Bishop should be in decent shape here. Nice use of the boomerang to stun the enemies. The bubbles make this room annoying right here because he's doing a good job of not picking up any damage, really. Or, I mean, at all. Because he's using the boomerang. He's pausing and the enemies like the mummies. Or the Gibdos, if you will. But it's just, and one thing that just drives me crazy in this game can be when the bubbles just slow you down because you lose your sword 5 seconds at a time. So what he's going to do there, he's going to leave the room and re-enter, and that was a very slick play because what that did was that respawned the enemy set, and it turned that Pole's voice into a Moblin, which Moblin only took him 2 swings of the white sword. Yeah, so that any key could prove to be really important here early on because Magic Friends is down to 1 key and Bishop has just free reign of traveling wherever he wants to within these dungeons. He really doesn't want to die right here. So he did a nice job of sort of pause stepping and playing it a little closer to the vest. He's getting a lot of key drops, which he's probably thinking are pointless having the any key. It looks like Magic might be dipping left here in the level 3, where he should find the heart and that any key. So good time for him to head in this session. Those wizards are tricky though. I mean, as I was alluding to earlier, it's a good news, bad news. Wizards on the overworld, you feel like you're wasting a ton of time right now, and I say you as in all of us that play this game. Oh, and the stinking gorillas, those jerks with their boomerangs. But yeah, despite his probable annoyance with the wizards right now, at least there's not going to be a room of 11 blue ones with rolled up HP guarding an item. As Bishop's trying to push this block, hoping it's going to move. In level 1 in shapes, if the block pushed, it would be because there's an item underneath, or if the level were segmented, we would have a transport staircase. But other than that, we're not going to have a transport staircase unless the level just rolls segmented into 2 parts. Nice candle strats by Magic over there to get that Stalfos. I love some good non-sorted combat. There's a lot of weapons in this game. To use all of them to save our Zelda. Some Magic Friends feeling confident about this collection of keys. He's going to snag the any key in here, though, and be totally good to go. Here we go. This should be the item for Russian Bishop. So it's the heart container. And yeah, he's stacking up hearts here. Sometimes in these seeds, just depending on where the items fall and what order you go in, you might see a runner finish with a red ring and 7 hearts and a white sword. But because of the fact that he's collecting a lot of hearts early and he still has to go back toward level 7, which level 7 tonight for us is located near the graveyard in the level 6 spot, which is over by the magic sword guaranteed. He may end up with a magic sword on hand here. And Magic's still got to go back in that direction too, despite the fact that he got the raft out of there. I would burn that bush. I like having more money, but Bishop likes gambling. But that's a slowdown, honestly. I don't say that to be critical of his play. I say that just instinctively. But if you look at this, he doesn't have a bow. So why does he need to buy arrows yet? He doesn't really. Because you could always find the silver arrows before you find the bow. Bombs are only $1 if he happens to stumble in. The bombs are in this shop right here. If he just gets here, he can fill up the 7 bombs for $1. This Magic Friends takes a tough death. That level 3 sneaky tough. This Bishop probably going to go buy some bombs there. I think he just did. Yeah. And he's going to dip back. And I was just about to say, before the stream froze up, for $1, a lot of times if you have 7 bombs, you're not going to purchase and spend your money refilling up to 8. But for 1 rupee, heck yeah, we'll buy that. I'll buy that for $1. Is that a phrase from something? We don't know. Well, I don't know. And this is solo commentary, so if I don't know, nobody with a microphone does. And what Bishop's trying to do here is screen scroll over into the level 5 spot, which could contain a fruitful dungeon. It'd be good for him if like level 2 were in this spot, something like that. If he could pop into like level 2 where there's going to be 2 items and it's not going to be that big, or even level 4 could be in there. He could go check the white sword spot first, but he's going to walk up the mountain ahead. His magic, I think, is going to get heart container in here. Yeah, heart container. Okay. All right, Russian bishop. Now, debating which way to go. You can try to do a little pirouette trick. So if the bomb hole's on the left, then it'll open up now. It doesn't. I bet he's going to bomb like down. I may be on a slight delay from the video, so you may have already seen it. Now, I would have done, that's the whole work to the middle thing I was speaking about earlier. I would have tried to bomb down, and I think what he did was perfectly defensible by the theory. But, I mean, the theory is all just math and numbers. It's like playing poker or fantasy football or anything else. You're trying to make the best decisions based on probability. But sometimes Taylor Gabriel scores 3 touchdowns, you know, it just happens. All right, MagicFriends has a map that's kind of a sneaky big level 3 now that we see it. Same one that Bishop got caught in for a little while earlier. And Magic has made the same discovery that xRussianbishop did, which is he comes out level 3 with a heart and an any key. And he also comes out of there with the knowledge that he's going to need the recorder to obtain that Triforce, which is not a big deal annoyance-wise geographically. So something I like to think about while I'm playing. Oh, we have a ladder on the floor and a dragon on the blade. That's an old South Park episode. We have a ladder on the floor. I repeat, a ladder on the floor. I love a good ladder for Russian Bishop. Now, unfortunately, the ladder item itself is not a game changer, but if we run into some ladder blocks, having that could be huge for Bishop because it might take Friends a while to make his way up to that level 4 spot. No love on the bomb walls. So MagicFriends found level 6 in the RAS spot, by the way. But yeah, so anyway, just to speak onto that point conceptually, we know that MagicFriends and xRussianbishop both need to go back to level 3, which is located on the level 3. Sorry, so they both need to go back to level 3, which is located in the vanilla level 3 spot, which is also not that far away from the vanilla level 7 spot, the recorder lake. So you can't access either the level 3 Triforce or the level 7 spot without a recorder. So I wouldn't get that frustrated. Sometimes it can be a little trolling, as they say, to realize you need that recorder for the boss. But I wouldn't let it bother me that much psychologically if I were them, because you're going to have to head back in that direction anyway. Tough death for both players here. This has been a unique arrangement of enemies for combat. And this is where the psychology comes into play. Because right now, if I'm either player looking at my scenario, and some people race with a timer, some people don't, but you're thinking, depending on whatever time zone you're in, about what time the race started. If you're on emulator, you have a tracker, you probably have a clock on your computer. And that is a ladder block Triforce, but he got the ladder first. So they both know they've been going about half an hour and they've died a couple times and they've got to be wondering what their opponent's doing and they don't have that knowledge. But what they don't know is that it's a stinking close race where both competitors are getting beat up a little here by Ganon's enemy set. So whoever can keep a cooler head and stay focused on one room at a time is in great shape here. And Magic Friends has silver arrows. We have silver arrows, ladies and gentlemen. That's huge. So now he won't have to purchase arrows. He will be able to kill Ganon. Can't use them yet without a bow, but that's a big pickup for Magic Friends. And a Triforce to go with it. So that decision with the raft in hand to head to that raft spot and pick up the silver arrows. And he's dipping back in. I don't disagree with this. He's got knowledge of a lot of the rooms here. He's got one more item in there. So really one little, there you go. This xRussianbishop gets that ladder block Triforce here. One little thing separating the players at this point could be just that decision that within level 7, it was kind of tough. And I believe both of them died in level 7. And xRussianbishop dipped out of there without an item, which is completely defensible. Like, people do it. Every single one of us in this tournament has done that all the time because you just feel like the clock's ticking on you. And Magic Friends sort of stuck with it in that level 7 and picked up the raft, and then circumstantially ended up heading to the raft spot a little earlier, which now he's got silver arrows and whatever else was underneath this raft spot. So sometimes the things that happen are just a matter of circumstance, but what both players are doing well right now is acquiring progression items, and they're just keeping moving. So, I mean, there's a school of thought that the ladder is gigantically important, and they're right. There's a school of thought that having the red ring is a complete game changer. So let's say the red ring's on the floor in one of these dungeons. That could be a game changer. There's a lot of match left to play here. There's another heart container for Russian Bishop. The heart container edge could be critical. He's got 9 hearts right now. And to qualify for a magic sword, he needs somewhere. Oh, that's rough. Those Wizrobs are so brutally annoying because he was so close to the white sword spot. Let's see where he goes now. He's got a ladder. He could go pick up the heart on the coast if he wanted. And he's also got a power bracelet. And so a power bracelet could get you over toward vanilla level 6, which is over toward the magic sword location. And the magic sword, to pick up the magic sword, you need anywhere between 10 and 14 hearts. And so he's got free knowledge of where one more heart is. He's got free knowledge of where the magic sword is. There's just only a 20% chance that 10 will be the magic number to get the magic sword. So that's just one school of thought. Now, tons of people would tell you it's a time-wasting school of thought. He's going to head back here to this level 2 spot. I don't think we ever got in here. I think it's either level 2 or 5. We've got orange Wizrobs. As long as he doesn't get hit one and there's nothing super evil on the next screen, which there are evil things, but he did a nice job of pausing. All right, it's level 2 up here. Let's see what's available. As Magic Friends is taking that raft and sailing back for another item. Which the sailing back for another item is unique. And I've spoken with Magic Friends a little bit. I've watched him on stream and chatted about some races after the weekly and stuff. And I know he's a thinking player, and I would imagine right here, he's aware that this could be a turning point because he's investing the time to go back to get an item when he could leave with a Triforce and 1 item. So if this item is the book he sees, he's going to be like me when I was 11 and lost a game of Madden, that wanting to throw your controller mode or whatever. Now he's probably more level-headed than 11-year-old Mr. Nunlow was, but nonetheless, this could pay off huge Or it could be one of those deals where it's just a moment. Could be a blue boomerang in here. Could be a bow. Could be a recorder. Could be a red ring. Is this it right here? Nah, it's the transport. I think the silvers were a staircase item already, so he's looking for a floor item. That's why he's clearing so many rooms, of course. He wouldn't be killing all these enemies with the any key if he didn't need a floor item. So level 2 is a little nastier than you would have hoped if you're a bishop. Nice job with the Lionel there. Bishop's doing a really smart thing here using the ladder too. That's one of the under talked about advantages of having the ladder is the likes aren't going to travel on the water there. So he's just kind of standing there and taking it easy, which is saving him some time because he's not losing his sword to the bubbles, and the likes aren't going to come snatch him up here. And that's just a bummer. When you do such a good job with the technical proficiency of clearing the room and then nothing drops. All right, there's a key that we don't need because we have the any key. It takes an entire element of strategy out when both runners have the any key because they're just plowing through doors. So that could drop a combined 10 minutes off their times. The fact that they don't have any key issues. So we have these super fast blue Lamolas of Doom. They're just awful. Like, honestly, my biggest beef with that room is with nothing that MagicFriends did. My biggest beef is with the existence of those enemies in the game. I get it, it's a challenge, but like on one side you have these slow plotting dinosaurs that just give out bombs like they're candy if you kill them the right way. Then on the other screen we have these super horrible, evil, fast-moving blue things. Like what's up with that, game makers? Russian Bishop has Triforce too. That's a divergent one. That's one his opponent doesn't have. When we're watching these heads-up races, I always think it's interesting to see where they differ. All right, so Bishop, I would call that a complete no big deal death. That's an MBD right there. You were stuck in a weird spot to get out of anyway. The only things over there are like level 4, which is in the level 5 spot. Level 9 is in the level 8 spot. He doesn't really need to be back on the northeast unless there's some knowledge piece I'm missing or on the east side. He might be trying to dip to the power bracelet spot here because I can get you to a heart fairy. That can get you a magic sword. If he goes middle, that means he's going for magic sword. Yep. All right, shoot your shot, Bishop. Let's go. No, maybe he's going to heart fairy. I wanted to see him go for the magic sword at 10. That's a gambler's play, but I like it. Where is he going? Oh, maybe white sword item. He's trying to get to the white sword item, I think. Yeah, that's a smart play. That's a really smart play. I forgot there's a free item available. And that happens in these races. So somebody... Boomerang's not bad here if the enemies are treacherous, but they're not. They're friendly. I had a really evil one the other day in one of the matches. Let's see what's up here. Okay, it's just a heart, but whatever. That's one heart closer to magic sword. It's one heart you might not die. Good job, MagicFriends, with the blue Lamolas. Yeah, because that's an absolute killer. If you wait like 40 minutes to go get that white sword item, and then it turns out to be like the bow or something, you're smacking yourself on the forehead. But it's almost a little confidence builder for him. He's like, oh, it's just a heart. All right, more evil blue Lamolas on the left. We got a heart fairy. All right, let's see where Bishop goes. Think I go middle? I don't hate that play. I'd go try to get the magic sword, and then I would go see what's up with that level 7. Because right now it's between 10 and 14 hearts for mags. So 11 hearts. He's got a 40% chance at it. I didn't get it. Bummer. Whatever. More restraint than I had. I would have hit select and switched to my candle and burned the gentleman that refused to give me the sword for 11 hearts. Yeah, blue wizards. It's just, they're just a different breed. MagicFriends is stuck there. He's got a up A. That would have been one where a boomerang could have cleared him out of that room, but because of the shoot room, he was unable to open that shutter door. Yeah, and MagicFriends knows how much time he just spent in that level 6. Coming out without an item. He's probably annoyed right now with that. If he just keeps trucking, though, he's got a lot of free overworld resources. It'll be interesting to see if anybody goes and buys a blue ring. Because I don't think we've seen a large secret spot get burned open. He's going to get a heart here, I bet. Let's see. Get you a large secret. I want to see what it's worth. He walks right by the free money. That's all right. See, that's a speedrunner play. Like, that's fine. I'm not beefing with that. You would see a lot of people walk right past the free money. I'm the type of person, like, in the real world, if I see a penny on the ground, I'm probably stopping and picking it up because I slow down for free money. But I also probably live my life slower than I should. And drops the bomb, and boom goes to dynamite. This is our boom goes to dynamite room here on the right with the blue Lionels. Oh, that's where that stinking Triforce is. Alright, so Magic does not have the ladder yet. Let's see what's up in here. What's he gonna get? That's where the blue ring is. So, like, you know, let's say that secret rolls high. I mean, you could have the large secret be like 60, in which case blue ring purchase is not that economical. But at some point, these runners will start to think about it. Alright, good raft get for Bishop. And I believe MagicFriends is still yet to find the disappointing discovery of the Armus item. Let's see what's up here, though. Let's see what he does after he discovers the banana. See, he's going to peace out on it. Let's see. He might. I mean, honestly, I don't mind that play because you could die right there. Any of us could to Armus. Let's see him. He's not going to get the small secret. He's probably going to go get the letter here, which I am an unapologetic fan. Or is he going to get the free money? I'm an unapologetic fan of grabbing the letter. That's the Northeast has such tight little corridors to weave your way through in this overworld. You don't notice it as much in the vanilla game unless you're doing like a swordless run. Russian Bishop gets a Triforce. We got a tight ball game here, folks. But yeah, the Northeast has such tight little corners. They're easy to take a death in. Yeah, I'm a big fan of dipping up to the Northeast and grabbing a letter. I'm not really sure if he wasn't grabbing the letter. I guess he was going for the big secret. But he just walked right by the other big secret. So he's got to be trying to get the letter, I think. We got this right here. If we ever see him grab a potion, then we know he's probably not going to get the letter. But if he keeps snagging hearts, he might buy the letter. Walking up to the Northeast takes maybe like 90 seconds to 2 minutes out of your time to go get the letter. So it's just a cost-benefit thing. If you think that letter is going to save you 2 minutes, if you're like me and you're not a Ganon Stunlock expert, I'm playing rando. I want to have a potion in my pocket for Ganon. Alright, so he's going to go find a heart container up here. MagicFriends is on your left. Even the score a little bit. As it feels like Bishop is really getting on a roll here in this level 6. We know there's silvers in here. I don't think we know the other item, though. Yep, there's your silvers. You get these weird feelings in this game where sometimes in a rando seed, you just gotta poke around and just keep looking for things. And then it's like the floodgates open. And it feels like at some point for Russian Bishop, the floodgates have started to open. And then you get that feeling, you're like, here's the silvers. And then a Triforce just smacks you in the face the next room you walk into. So now he's got 5 Triforces. He's essentially a recorder and a bow away from having all the required items to defeat Ganon. Which I believe is the exact... I mean, it's basically a tie with MagicFriends right now. Not in terms of Triforces, but in terms of completely essential items. With the latter being extremely important too, but not necessarily necessary. These blue Lionels are less scary when you have 11 hearts, but they can get you in a hurry. And there's a ladder on the floor from MagicFriends. Alright, so we got a turning point item here. So what Bishop's doing now is he's digging back for the item that MagicFriends never got out of level 6, if my memory is serving me correctly. And if I'm remembering really well, it might be this corner of the map that Magic never cleared, because I don't think Magic had the map. Question mark, but I think I'm right. I'm about 60-40 on that memory, though. Could be this very room right here. It's just a 5 spot. Oh, Bishop got the red ring, too, at some point while I was rambling about something in level 7. So that was the floor item. Okay. So Magic left level 7 without that red ring. You know, I thought Bishop got hit by a Lionel a second ago and didn't get disturbed. Crackerjack team on commentary here tonight. Makes me sound like I'm 85 years old. Apparently that means a good thing if you're a Crackerjack crew or something. I don't know. States back to the days of Honus Wagner as a phrase. Alright, Magic building a little momentum. Some good slick little combat there on the pole's voice. As we are all wondering, what in the heck is this second item in level 6? We're getting key drops on the floor. Getting this floor item drop. And without looking at their individual streams to see if they have a Z helper or another tracker up, it's tough to know exactly what rooms they've each been in, but and the shoot room, this was the end of the line for MagicFriends. Now it shouldn't be for Bishop because Bishop has the boomerang. He used the bomb, but that's fine too. He could have switched to boomerang. I thought we were gonna see the banana matter there. Dang, where is there? Okay. I was squinting at his map for a second. I believe there was a little portion he hasn't been to, so could it be this room? No. Could have been, but it's not. What in the ham sandwich is the floor item here? Alright, so MagicFriends is clearing this room to try to proceed to the bottom, even though the Triforce is sitting right there and he does have the ladder. And I was watching Magic's combat, so it's a 5% chance Russian Bishop grabbed the item out of 6. Let me know in chat if he did. I don't think he did there, though. Right, we've got Heart Container here in 4 from MagicFriends. So he's to the point where he might want to shoot a shot at Magic Sword because he's got 10 hearts. We know that it's going to take at least 12 or more, but he doesn't know that yet. Alright, we got this Goma showdown again. Coming back for Russian Bishop. This time he's got more hearts, but he's not all the way stocked up on them. But he does have a red ring. Lining up the clip. So now he could have up A'd there on the first screen and gotten back to 3 hearts. But that's so hard to remember that when you're in the heat of, there you go, of trying to execute that maneuver. Nicely done. That's another confidence builder. Just feels good to pull off something that's been a challenge mechanically. There's so much going on that as you walk into a Patra. And that was not a frustration walking into it. That was me getting inside his mind and thinking like, come on now. After you finally win your showdown with the Goma and then the game puts a Patra in there. Such a unique combination of psychology, strategy, and execution. Because you got to keep a cool head now and either try to do the exact same thing again, dodging fireballs, or maybe strategically this time you head left. But then psychologically, you're doing this whole thing while you have a clock ticking, either internally or physically right in front of you. And both of these runners have no idea how close this race is, because we've had some seeds finish in under an hour throughout the sequence of these 5 weeks of qualifiers. But what they don't know is that this one's a tough one this time, and neither of them has a huge lead on the other one. This has been a great race thus far, with both competitors fighting through adversity and diving back in as MagicFriends finds level 2. On that screen that we saw earlier was difficult to get to, so nicely done. And we know the red candle is in 2. So, I mean, the red candle is a sick weapon in that very fight right there against the Lamolas. We got bomb drop. He'll save that for later since he already has 7. There's a showdown with the Goma. He'll just leave it for now. And nothing on the floor there. He was hoping for a... If you like me, when you have the ladder and you get to one of those rooms, like a Chevy room there is what we call it, where the item would be ladder blocked, you're almost hoping it drops in that room if you have a ladder. There's the heart on the floor. Because then it's awesome for you if, let's say, your opponent got to that item and didn't have a ladder. Basically, the way you win a race in a lot of cases is divergence from your opponent and you being on the good side of the divergence. So if one player dug 10 minutes for an item that didn't matter, you want to hope it was your opponent and not you that did the pointless digging. And right now there hasn't been really any extreme divergence. that's caused this to be something we could call. This is still anybody's race. All right, so Bishop dances around the Triforce. That was unique. I can get inside the mind a little bit there and tell you maybe what he was thinking, because one school of thought was if you were going to up A your way back to start, you might as well have grabbed the Triforce. But perhaps he wants to leave the dungeon with full health, and so he didn't grab the Triforce there because he's not going to grab the Triforce until it's time to, like, get out of there permanently. That's the best I can think of, which makes sense. Sometimes with everything going on, I like to grab the Triforce in that spot so I don't, like, forget to grab it. But that's something I've never heard any other player even verbalize because it sounds so basic. Alright, so we have triple Dodongos. Lots of Dodongos. Dodongos. There we go, nice and done. We got the Triforce. Alright, so Magic Friends is completely done with level 2. Level 2 is not the game changer of a level. I think we almost know now that our bow has to be that mystery item in level 6. Or it could be in level 5, which is hidden by the recorder. So the recorder could be the mystery item in level 6. Or one or both of those items could be hidden in level 8. Both players still need the Triforce from level 3, but that's going to be an easy peasy pickup on the Triforce because both players already have the items out of level 3. There's just a Dig Dogger sitting there that you just got to toot your whistle at him and stab him a couple times, or silver arrow him, or bomb him, or however you choose to kill him. But they just can't do that because they don't have the recorder yet. That's a tough overworld screen right there for Magic. So yeah, level 3 is not a game changer. Level 5 is underneath Recorder Lake. That's why neither of them has that Triforce. Magic has been in level 7 already and snagged the Raft out of there, but didn't leave with the Triforce. So that's some divergence for you. This Russian Bishop has the level 7 Triforce, but Magic does not. And Magic also did not grab the red ring out of level 7. So, and he would love to have that right now. But that's just one of those things. Those are the little things that happen as Patra is going insane on the right side. If you've never seen this before, there's a lot of really complicated tech in this game. The gist of it is the game done messed up with how it spawns the Patra little head things. Satellites might be the technical term. The moons of Patra, if you will. Where sometimes they get stuck up in the wall, and it's based on when you kill the satellites, if we're calling them that. So if he's doing like the Expando Patra move, then he can get stuck in that maneuver. If you love this game as much as I love this game, or half as much as I love this game, and you're interested in picking up Zelda Randomizer, or you played this game when you were a kid, or you've played other Zelda games, or you just think this looks cool, I highly recommend joining both the Zelda 1 Discord and the Zelda 1 Randomizer Discord. Links to those things can be found via Google. I don't know. I'm a solo commentator, so type into Google. I'm not going to type it for you. But in all seriousness, this community is insane, folks, with the friendliness and the knowledge and how much that knowledge is shared. So if you're trying to, like, and I don't mean this as a derogatory term, I mean this as a compliment to myself and others. If you're trying to nerd out about the technicalities of The Legend of Zelda, that Discord, if you search those resources, there's an incredible amount of stuff there. Magic Friends bought the blue ring, and to be honest with you, I would have 1,000% done that myself. Because you have to just make efforts to keep yourself living. All right, so now if Russian Bishop kills these satellites while he's in this tight spiral of the Patra, then Patra's not going to go into crazy mode. So see how it doesn't matter when you stab him for the first time, but to my knowledge, if you do what he's doing now and the satellites die when they're in a tight spiral, then Patra can't go into that like crazy mode. And we know MagicFriends is not going to get the magic sword. The gentleman under the gravestone is not going to be his magic friend this time. That's what we should call that guy. We should call him the magic friend, the guy that has the magic sword. I'm going to suggest that to you. Well, I'll probably forget, but I like my idea. I'm just going to start saying it. But yeah, I was making some point. This community is incredible. This game is incredible. Like, I'm sounding like I'm on a compliment train, but I am. Getting involved in this community is an incredible hobby, y'all. They're letting me run a one-person show on commentary. MagicFriends grabs the Triforce. And, you know, I've got minimal video game commentary experience, but they're trusting me to do this thing. I've got a good team here. We got Mr. Broadstone on the restream, who has just been extremely helpful in guiding me as I've done this thing in broadcasting. Got Fry Teeth on the tracker, helping me out with the backup. Honestly, I think tracking could be just as hard, if not harder. Because I can ramble and be wrong, but if the tracker's wrong, everyone yells at you. It's crazy. Got the comment in chat. Call the guy the magic friend, the magic sword. He's your friend, right? Call him the magic jerk when he wants 14 hearts for that sword, but whatever, we'll roll with it, man. Now, both of them may not revisit the magic friend. It might get confusing to use the term in this race, but in all seriousness, in the future, I'm completely doing it. They may not revisit the magic friend because it might be a little out of the way here to go back there. Because they're both going to have level 7 Triforce in a minute. Or they both have it. Yeah, we're looking for Recorder here at Eat My Steel. We're also looking for Bow. Basically, what we got right now is... and we're potentially looking for Magic Sword here for Russian Bishop. But level 7 was in the Vanilla 6 spot, so he may not head back to it. But yeah, we're looking for Recorder. We know that level 5's Triforce is hidden underneath Recorder Lake. The Recorder could be in level 8. Or there's a mystery item in level 6 still. I believe those are my only spots open. I'm paper tracking where the hearts have been picked up. I think we found all 3 items in level 1, unless I'm taking crazy pills. Yeah, I wrote down that we found a white sword and a heart container. I could be missing a huge piece here. It could just be MagicFriends that found the items. But yeah, we're looking for a Recorder, basically. Okay, yeah, level 1 had the power bracelet. Yeah, it's right in front of me. And Bishop's the one who has the power bracelet. So maybe he did not get the heart out of here. And MagicFriends got the heart. Because I had written down a heart. The heart shuffle... for me, and I have to keep these notes when I'm playing. Keeps me all mixed up on what goes where. But yeah, we're looking for that Recorder. We're looking to find access to level 5. And level 3 also requires the Recorder. It's a Dig Dogger block Triforce. There's no additional items in level 3. And that's in Vanilla 3 spot. Yeah, and that's the one that Bishop's already been to. He either hasn't found the last heart in here or he had some tracker confusion. I'm not sure which reason would be why he's digging around. He may just not have gotten the other heart. That might have just been MagicFriends. So, and if he gets that heart, he's guaranteed that the magic friend by the graveyard will give him the sword. Yes, this is match 1 of our best of 3 series. Both these runners, this was destined to be a tight one. MagicFriends was the 56 seed. Russian Bishop was the 73. The winner takes on JSR. It should be a pretty good series, I think. And I think both of them just in... I haven't spoken to Russian Bishop much. Spoken to MagicFriends a little bit. Talked to Bishop a little bit for the first time tonight. They seem like players that are improving at a rapid clip. They're both just sort of students of the game. MagicFriends started with Magic the Gathering, I believe, was his big thing he was streaming. Thus the name. And got into the community in the summer. Russian Bishop was playing one of the Final Fantasy randomizers. And or there may only be one. I'm not an expert in that. And then X-Ice Blue got him into Z1R. And they both improved throughout the tournament. Russian Bishop's week 5 was his best week, which not everybody can say that. Okay, yeah, so Eat My Steel chiming in, help MagicFriends figure out the tracker. Yeah, I remember he started in the summer and just kind of picked up the game. Yeah, week 5 was funky. It seemed like there was a lot of movement in week 5, which, if you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, the qualification procedures for this tournament, it was a 5-week process. So each week there were nightly races for 5 weeks. There were actually 8 total races. Once a week we did 2 races, doubleheader, and you could race in 0 through 8 of those races. If you raced in 0 races in a week, your score for the week was 0. If you raced in any other amount of races, and Russian Bishop is going back to level 6 where we don't know what the other item is. So if it's the recorder, this is gigantic. If it's the book, he's going to be kicking his computer over. So let's see what happens. But yeah, you could participate as much as you wanted within each week. And your score was based on your performance related to the upper crust of the field for that race. There was some math that actually I thought was pretty good math. It made a lot of sense, where you compared yourself to the average of the top 5 finishers in each race. So if you finished like 13th out of 25, that didn't really matter. What mattered was your time compared to the top of the field. Gave it a really fair qualification system, I think, because we have runners from all over the world playing this game. Like, literally, I can't cite exactly which countries, but we have European runners. I know we have King Dahl from Sweden, one of my favorite players because he loves playing without a sword and playing weird categories. We got people on all coasts of North America, and so we're playing at all times here. You'll find us on this Randomania network. You'll find us on the Speed Gaming family of networks as well. Panolf is from France. I believe I'm saying that right, correctly. I think I've only said Pan when I've said it out loud prior to that. I think Goth for Goth is from France. I don't know if they're in this tournament, actually. But yeah, this game is awesome, y'all. This community is awesome. And what is not awesome is the moment that MagicFriends is having internally right now of what the heck am I missing? Where the heck do I go? Because you got to think, like, both of these runners are in that moment of just, what am I missing here? But the thing they don't know, the mystery, is that they're both in this same moment of just fighting through. And when they get the recorder, it's basically ball game. I mean, it's all downhill from there. We have $1 bombs, by the way. We had kind of sort of cheap keys too, but that didn't matter. Both players found the any key relatively early. MagicFriends is thinking, what do I do? Do I go sailing? I mean, mean, I think his options at this point are to go sailing. Or did he get the recorder somewhere? Am I taking crazy pills? I'm a rambler sometimes, so I was rambling about how much I love the game, but I don't think I missed him snagging the recorder. And I'm pretty sure he got both the heart and the any key out of this dungeon already. Unless he didn't get the heart and he just got the any key. Yeah, I don't think he found the recorder because I think it's got to be in 6 or 8. So this is either him looking for the heart, which I think was the dungeon item, not the floor item. Or this is just a moment of stress where he knows he has the compass and he's going to get right back in the same room and realize it's a dig dogger. Let's see how it plays out. Now he's going north, so he must be here for a different reason. He must have not got the heart the first time. Or he did, and he's just, yep. This game, like the mental effect that this game can have on you. I mean, if you're new to the randomizer and you played this game, either back in the day or recently, or any Zelda adventure game, imagine doing that mission, but it's a brand new version of the game created 5 minutes before you started playing it, and you're racing to complete it faster than someone else. And you have all this stuff going through your mind. You're filling out maybe a map. You're tracking items. You got all this crazy stuff going on. It's amazing that any of us are any good at it. The things people can do in this game and have discovered are incredible. I think Friends is making the right call here. I think Bishop's making the right call. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not filling out a map like they are, but I think this shoot room, I don't think we progressed bottom through shoot room. All right, get your boomerang out. All right. Red candle works too. All right. Let's see. Is it down here? I don't think we've gone south to the shoot room. Yeah, I don't think it can be in there. Well, no, it could be. Yeah, hold on. I'm scrambled, folks. I'm just going to be a fan right now. I don't know what room. 6. I think we're looking... Yeah, we're definitely looking for a floor item in level 6, because level 6 had the silver arrows, which were down a staircase. There is a floor item somewhere in level 6, and both of these players... Wait, did Bishop snag the bow? I'm going to blame it on the palette and blend it in. That's huge. All right, so Bishop can fire silver arrows now. That's great. Shout out to Fry Teeth on the tracker. Otherwise, I'd have just been rambling forever. Yeah, so recorder's in 8. It has to be. We have done our process of elimination now. Well, at least that's good news. At least that's good news in level 6 that the dig was not for naught. Yeah, I mean, this is huge. This is a great race right here. And it's unique. It's unique when a race is a sprint and both players are time-wise sprinting through it. But when both players have to battle against the game itself, this is really just a test of wits. I mean, you saw the moments where both of these runners paused the game and said, what in the heck do I do? And they figured it out correctly. You can tell MagicFriends knows exactly what dungeon to go back to. So we probably won't see a magic sword, because that's going to be a little out of the way. What we'll probably see, my guess, is as soon as the recorder is in hand, they'll up A out of this level 8 and save and go right back to start. Maybe continue if they're playing on emulator. I save because I play on console, and my Nintendo is the same one I've had since 1990, and it hates me sometimes. So I save just to be safe in case the game crashes on me. But either way, you're going to see one or both of these runners grab the recorder and immediately go back to start. Then probably dip to level 3 and kill the Dig Dogger, and then they are in go, go, go mode at that point. This level 8 can be a little beastly. Yeah, Emo Steel makes a good point in chat. You could toot on over to the Magic Sword real quick. That's one of those plays I like making in this flag set where you know where the stuff is. I like getting Magic Sword. I like getting the letter. If I were one or both of these players, I would have dipped my way up to the northeast corner and snagged the letter at some point when I was dying. I know it's slow, but I like getting the free stuff when you're guaranteed to know where it is. And so the fact that you know the location of the Magic Sword, that probably takes, what, about 90 seconds to whistle on over there? Because, I mean, the whistle itself takes, what, 6 or 7? Then you got to walk down the staircase. Then you got to go over to the left and then push the gravestone and go see the Magic Friend. Yeah, maybe a minute. I would do it for a minute. That's just the way I look at it. It's pros and cons. It's like, is that minute? There it is. There's the recorder. This is incredibly close, ladies and gentlemen. This is a crazy good race right here that you're watching. This is crazy. The recorder. Get out of here, Magic Friends. Race, race, race. All right, he saves. Up A, Russian Bishop. Race, race, race. This is crazy. This is awesome. Where are you going, Bishop? You get out of there. Oh, no, he didn't get the Triforce the first time around. Shout out to Fry Teeth on the tracker. And he was in the room with the Triforce and up aid back to start. And we talked about in that moment that it was sort of a 50-50, but maybe he should have grabbed it. He should know right where it is, though, if he's tracked effectively. But, I mean, we were within these runners were within 5 seconds of each other, and they're still going to be within a minute. Like, Bishop's not done because of that by any stretch of the imagination. Because as the t-shirts for level 9 say, it's the great equalizer. He's got his Triforce now. We're good. Now, he does have full health. Let's see if he toots on over to 6. Because he's got full health, and if he gets Magic Sword, then that 2 minutes he's behind could be all worth it. Let's see what he does here. Oh, he gets annoyingly knocked back in. I hate that. Oh, we got Metroid on the recorder with the name that tune. All right, my stream must be a little delayed. I apologize for my late reactions then. All right, so you got to figure out the progress here. So that was, he went to level 2, which is 2. So if he wants a recorder 6, he's going to have to... All right, so now he went to level 4, which is at 5. So now I think if he toots right once, he'll get the 6. I'm probably reacting to things that already happened. I apologize for that delay. Alright, so he's going to visit the Magic Friend. Let's see if it's cold rejection. Okay, there we go. It's not cold rejection. All right, so this is a unique scenario right here. Because, I mean, that's the question is, took him about a minute to go get the recorder. Will it make him a minute faster? For a lot of players, the answer is yes, to be honest with you. It also depends what that level 9 enemy set's like. If you got... a single push block required staircase with an enemy that, say there's 8 of something that rolls high and the Magic Sword helps you kill it 20 seconds faster, you do that 3 times, there's your minute, pick out the Magic Sword. Oh, and by the way, yeah, we have to slay a pig, and you get to hit him half as many times if you have magic sword. You only have to hit him 4 times. Yeah, it could be blue dark nuts. It could be anybody in there. So dark nuts could be in the dungeons this seed, just like they're doing the magic friend on the left side. So yeah, this is extremely interesting here. Yeah, Russian Bishop has his Triforce. This is close, folks. You got a really good first round matchup coming to a head right here. And I mean, this is crazy good. Like, this is crazy good. You're looking at a first round matchup here in a tournament with approximately a bajillion entrants, like from all over the world. You can watch this stuff all the time over the course of the next month or so. This is awesome. Yeah, MagicFriends running low on cash is No Chibato, whose name I may have butchered the pronunciation of. If so, I'm sorry. Has pointed out in chat. So he's not going to be able to afford the bomb upgrade. I'm not confident that we've seen a large secret get picked up. We may have seen one. I like just firing off those silver arrows like crazy. Now, that's the other issue, too, is Magic's probably going to want to fire off more silver arrows due to his lack of magical sword. Because you see what Russian Bishop's doing to the Zols right there. That's another enemy that it's not, like, difficult to fight a Zol in terms of death and destruction-wise, but it's a lot easier when they die to one swing and they don't produce those many little Hershey kisses running around, tapping you on the toes, doing a quarter heart of damage or whatever they do when you have a red ring, 1/8 a heart. Smart move by Magic there. He killed one of the triple dig dogger heads, and so now when he goes back to that room, the dig dogger will be no more. He's only got $17 here left though, and the dig dogger's no more, and nothing doing there item wise though. Doesn't matter. All they need is a Triforce here. It's a Triforce and get out of here to level 9. And this is, if you're just joining us, basically your item recap is completely unnecessary to know what was where. Here's what you need to know. You need to know that this game requires 8 Triforces for access to level 9. Both runners have 7. You need to know this game requires you to have silver arrows to kill the pig and a bow. These runners have both of them. You need to know that MagicFriends has now just picked up his 8th Triforce, so he has the slightest of slight leads. Other than that, once Russian Bishop gets his 8th Triforce, they will be dead even, which MagicFriends obtained that at about the 123 mark, let's call it. He got out of Recorder Lake. So he's going back over to the Green Forest. He's tooting over there. He could have done the world wrap. I know he knows how to do that. And then he would have picked up a heart on the way. But tooting there is fine too. To answer the question in chat, I think Magic Sword could make a significant difference. A lot of it, honestly, depends on the depth to which they have to explore level 9. So if it's a 2-minute level 9, then nah, it's not gonna matter that much. But if it's a level 9 that takes a while to get through, then the more rooms you go in, the bigger the difference that makes. So another thing there, like you saw MagicFriends just use his silver arrows to clear the Zols in that room. With Magic Sword, he wouldn't have had to use those arrows, and he is running low on resources here. He just used 3 bombs that just annoyingly, I mean, he did a textbook thing there, which is when you enter there, a lot of players like to head north instead of left or right. That way you can be listening for the roar of Ganon, and he could be in a room on your left or right. And then he tried to bomb out of that room. MagicFriends is doing nothing wrong here, but the first 30 seconds or so of this level 9 have not gone the way he wants them to. And so what we're looking for, if you're new to Randomizer, We're looking for Zelda, and we're also looking for Ganon. If you're familiar with the original name, you have to kill Ganon to get the Zelda. The difference in our world tonight is Ganon and Zelda may not be right next to each other. So he's got to kill the pig and then find Zelda. We'll explain some intricacies with it. Basically, Zelda is behind a shutter door that won't unlock until Ganon's dead. And the reason why MagicFriends is clearing this room, he knows obviously these dark nuts aren't Ganon. He obviously knows Zelda's not in this room, but he may get a compass, and the compass would indicate and light up on the map where Zelda is. And so we will know whenever we are next to Ganon's room, because we're going to hear the roar of a pig. Now you, on the broadcast, will hear the roar of the pig before I do. Because my audio is fed in with both my voice and the game audio. And if I listen to myself audio-wise while I speak, it drives me absolutely insane, and I'll make less sense than I even normally do. And so I'm going to be in surprise mode. So you're going to hear a reaction when I see Ganon, but you will know, you'll know him when you hear him. Now, so the piece of knowledge I won't have that you may have, we may hear Ganon. We heard a roar in the stair room, according to Fury. Okay, so as I was just about to say, we may hear a roar where, and I think he means this one with the huge abundance of blue dark nuts. And Russian Bishop, unfortunately, finds an item. I say unfortunately because he wants a Triforce, not an item. I think he means this room where Magic's clearing all the blue dark nuts. I was going to say, we may hear Ganon's roar in a room where it's going to be difficult to get there. Magic's doing a nice job. He's got the red ring. He's doing a nice job clearing with... Oh, no, it was not that room. Okay. He's doing a nice job of clearing with this white sword. He would be faster if he had the magic sword, like Russian Bishop does. Yeah, and this is an unfortunate bad luck scenario for Russian Bishop here. This gap is going to be about 5 minutes heading into level 9 as MagicFriend enters Ganon's room. All right, so let's see. He needs to hit him 8 times here. He doesn't have a potion, but he does have a red ring. So if Ganon hugs him, as the kids say, that'll take 1 heart. He's got a stun lock here, though. Oh, and he slips out, but he should be all right here. Yep, he's got him. All right, so Russian Bishop exits Recorder Lake at 128 even-ish. MagicFriends was at 123-ish, so we got about a 5-minute gap. So now what MagicFriends is looking for to find Zelda's location, he's looking for a room with a single shutter door that's going to open automatically. So if you're new to our scene, if you picture one of these rooms where clearing the enemies in the room will cause the shutter door to open, it's going to be like that, except it's going to open before he clears the enemies. So yeah, MagicFriends is in map mode here. And this is, all right, so Russian Bishop actually probably made up 15 to 20 seconds because it seemed like he had a more efficient recording path to level 9. So let's just watch it play out. There's several things that could make this interesting. Number one, just the psychology for MagicFriends right now. He knows he's approaching. I mean, he's looked at Russian Bishop's time. He knows that they're seated fairly close. They finish in similar times, and that this seed is pushing 90 minutes. And this has been a frustrating seed for both players. And they both worked their way through the frustration. They've both done a ton of good stuff. And and he's found Zelda. There we go. There was that shutter door that opened up. I'd say get your GGs in the chat, but I see them already. Great game, Magic Friends. Excellent job of just getting on it, keeping composure, finding the princess, as we're going to see Russian Bishop close it out here. And we'll see. We may have Magic Friends popping in here for an interview in a second. And we know that Zelda's location was not insanely difficult. Ganon's location took a little unique pathway to get there, where you could hear him before you knew exactly where he was. Then he turned out to be on the right side of the corridor staircase. Russian Bishop sniffing around the ballpark here, though. Let's see. So Russian Bishop finds the same dead-end room that Magic Friends found earlier on. The lack of bombs has got to be frustrating him here. And I believe Russian Bishop has tapped out and thrown in the... After a great race, honestly, a great effort. It was the lack of bombs, I think, that made him tap out in the end. Yeah, chat, get your GGs out for both of these runners. That was a heck of a race. To be honest with you, when we come down to getting the 8th Triforce that close, that was an awesome job by both runners. And we will see if one or both of them is going to pop in here for an interview so we can talk about what went down. So hang with us for a minute. We're standing by, seeing if anybody's going to join us. I think they are. And I believe we have xRussianbishop with us. GG. I see Bishop's screen name. Are you there? Stand by 1 minute. All right, we're going to give the runners one more moment and see if we can get them in here. Awesome race. I really want to hear some of the psychology of what they were thinking, so we're going through that. Stand by maybe 30 seconds. Let's see what we can work on tech-wise.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, I can. GG's. Who's with me?
This is doing this thing now where I can't hear what the other people are saying.
I hear someone. Do I hear MagicFriends or do I hear a Russian Bishop?
Yeah, you can hear me, but I can't hear you guys talking back to me. So,
can you hear me?
That was a heck of a race. That was pretty ugly. I don't even quite know how I finished first, other than the seed was so hard that you really had to dig out a lot of stuff twice, and I just might have done it a little bit faster.
I'm still not sure. I believe I have MagicFriends with me, implied by the fact that he said he won.
That's why.
I don't think he can hear me. But his analysis was pretty spot on, to be honest with you. It was a tough seed for both players. There was some double digging that needed to be done. And, yeah, it was a fun one, though.
Sorry. I don't know. This was the same problem we had on the restream Sunday where I couldn't hear what you guys were saying. But,
yeah, so this is MagicFriends with me. I don't think I'm going to get xRussianbishop. I'll give him a moment. His analysis is spot on. I'll tell you what, if you stuck with us for game 1 tonight, game 2 is going to be great. This one could end up going 3 games. Both of these players fought through really nicely, and this was a fun one.
Force discard input and output back to default or wherever your speakers are. Oh.
As we get some technical chat, we'll see what's up here.
Let's see if that works.
All right, and I think.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, what's up, MagicFriends? Right?
Yes.
Hey, GG, congrats on the victory. So we heard a little bit of your analysis. What I was just about to do was sign off, and I was about to say that Gannon made this mission so brutal that he had even messed with our technology on the broadcast. So in addition to that, it seemed like everything else was a challenge tonight. How you think you fought through it? What was it that it took to get the win?
I don't know whether it was just... There was definitely a couple times where I just had to like stop and like reset. Actually, if you saw me redive 3, not being able to finish it, it was because like I went to 3 thinking that it was moat blocked, but I was like, even if it's not moat blocked, I just need a minute where like I know what my hands know what I'm doing, and I can think about the rest of the seed while I'm just walking into 3. I know I just have to walk to the right, kill some Stelphoses, and get this Triforce. And then it turns out I still needed the Triforce. I'm like, okay, if I can't even get this Triforce, it has to be behind all those Lionos and garbage. And fortunately, we were able to figure out, like, unlock everything from there.
Yeah, one thing I'd mentioned when you dip back into level 3 before having the recorder is that was one of those moments where both players, and if you watch this back, you'll cringe your way through some of the just brutal combat that both of you dealt with, but you're both in exactly the same boat. And I believe, do we have an xRussianbishop with me now?
Yeah, can you all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you. GG.
Hey, GG. Man, that was a tough one there, man.
Yeah, that was... I don't know if there was a dungeon other than 1 and 3 that I didn't double dip. 1 I cleared out immediately. No, 1 and...
Yeah, yep, I think 1.
Just 1. It was just early. 1. I looked at every other one.
Yeah, there was if either one of you
ate quite a bit.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. I think 8 was a multi-dip for both of you. What you're going to see is there was some early route divergence. I believe it was Russian Bishop had the any key a little earlier. MagicFriends had the raft a little earlier. But you all were within 1 minute when you both entered Recorder Lake to get that 8th Triforce. Like, it was a heck of a race. Yeah, and then it just came down to turns within that pink level, within level 5. It was just MagicFriends. You went left a couple times when Bishop went right and worked itself out, and then you did a nice job in level 9 to bring it home. But it was a fantastic race that both of y'all worked your way through.
I didn't realize it was that close. I had timed myself, and like looking at Russian Bishop's former races, I was like, I kind of put myself at needing to beat 130. So when I saw it coming up like 120, I'm like, he's gonna done as I'm walking around 9, and I'm just gonna get beat. And so that it tells me exactly where it is. Like, we're both like right next to each other, neck and neck, and the next race is gonna be really crazy.
Yeah, that's about the same with my line of thinking. I was like, you're going to done anytime soon. And as soon as I got into 9, it was like, oh, there you go.
Yeah,
the 9 was pretty easy if you took that first staircase to the left. If you went up and left and saw that staircase, then Ganon and Zelda within like 3 squares of that staircase.
I was trying to play the magical bomb hole game.
Yep, it was one of those things where the randomness of the randomizer came into play a little bit. But both of you did a heck of a job. And you know what I think is fun? I did one of these the other night, and I don't want to even talk too much shop on what you plan to do differently, because I think that's a poker hand question where I don't think I want either one of you to show your cards too much tonight. Do y'all have a game 2 on the books already? Do we know when we're playing again?
Not yet, but we're probably going to schedule it we'll probably schedule it right after this. We both work really weird hours, so.
Cool. Yeah, well, if you are our fans out there, does either one of y'all have anything you want to add?
I can't wait for game 2.
Same here.
I hope it's a little bit more of like playing well instead of smashing your head on the wall until one of the walls breaks.
How many times did you get sniped by those wizards on the overworld? Like, trying to get into 2, I died several times because I just kept getting sniped. There was like no way getting.
I got into I went to 2 very late, so I had enough hearts to get through there. But I died trying to screen clip into 3 twice, and then I finally screen clipped into 3 with 1 heart, and a boomerang killed me the 3rd time. And I'm like, nope, walking around, going around the outside, getting the blue ring.
That was a particularly brutal one. Both of you will have to go back. There's some interesting clips in there that can be some really painful memories for the 2 of you. The psychology of that one, I'm sure it felt rough on both of your ends, but what you'll realize if you go back and watch, you were both in it together. Y'all were neck and neck, and should be a heck of a matchup in game 2. So good game to both of you. Good luck next time around. We'll look forward to seeing it. For everyone out there watching, if you want to keep watching this tournament, literally log into Twitch and click Legend of Zelda, and probably someone from across the world will be playing this great game at any time. Other than that, check out the Zelda 1 Randomizer Discord for the bracket, for the schedule. We'll get to see when these runners are playing their game 2, and good game to both of you. Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
And thank you for commentary. You have a good evening, everyone.
Yeah, of course. Thank you to Fry Teeth, our tracker. Thank you to Mr. Broadstone on the Restream and the Randomania Network. Have a good night.